Hello everyone, I'm Erica Medeo Gracias and this is my group members. Lawrence Joyce Mendana, Ave Marie Esto, kay Lovely Nalyares, Ronilo Salvador Sahorda, Vincent Hernandez. This is the group 1 and we discuss is all about food safety management system. Food Safety Management System. A Food Safety Management System or FSMS is a collection of operations for food companies and control potential food hazard and ensure the safety of public health. This program consists of different preventive and control measures with appropriate monitoring procedures as compliance with food safety rules. Number 1, Food Safety Management System. Number 1, Personal Hygiene Program. Examples: cleaning your body every day, washing your hands with soap and water after going to the toilet, brushing and flossing your teeth twice a day, covering your mouth and nose with a tissue or your sleeve when sneezing and coughing, washing your hands after handling pets and other animals. Number 2 is Supplier Selection and Specification Program. Ang pagpili ng supplier ang proseso kung saan tinutukoy, sinusuri at kinokontrata ng mga kumpanya ang mga supplier. Ang proseso ng pagpili ng supplier ay naglalagay ng napakalaking halaga ng mga mapagkukunang pinansyal ng isang kumpanya at gumaganap ng mahalagang papel para sa tagumpay ng anumang organisasyon. Number 3, Cleaning and Sanitation Program. Ang regular na paglilinis gamit ang sabon at tubig ay nag-aalis ng dumi sa mga ibabaw. Example sa floor, walls, carpet, and windows. Ang sanitizing ay nag-aalis ng dumi at mikrobyo. Ang ilang mga bagay sa ibabaw ay nililinis upang alisin ang dumi. Example sa bathrooms, counters, toys, dishes, and silverware. Facility design and equipment maintenance. Facility maintenance is the people and processes that keep your commercial building running smoothly, from the infrastructure to the assets and equipment in and outside of it. Pang-anim, Food Safety Training Program. Food safety training is significant for many reasons. It enables the hospitality industry to do the following: educate employees on food safety measures, train food handler to avoid food waste, loss, or contamination. Quality Control and Assurance Program. Quality control is closely related to another quality management concept. Tinatawag itong quality assurance. Quality assurance sapagkat nakatuon ang quality control sa pagdetect at pagwasto ng mga defekto. Quality assurance concentrates on preventing them from occurring in the first place by setting up robust processes and procedures. Standard Operating Procedures or SOP. Ang isang Standard Operating Procedure ay nagbibigay ng mga malinaw na direksyon at detalyadong pagubili na kailangan para magawa ang isang particular na gawain o operasyon ng tuloy-tuloy at mahusay. Kadalasang nakikita sa napakaraming industriya, ang mga SOP ay naglalayong makamit ang pagkakaparehon sa pagpapatupad, bawasan ang miscommunication at sumunod sa mga pamantayan ng regulasyon. This is Pest Control Program. Ang pagkontrol sa peste ay nagbibigay ng protection mula sa mga nakakapinsalang insekto na maaaring magdulot ng mga issue sa kalusugan ng publiko at mamahaling pinsala sa ari-arian. Number 2 is Active Managerial Control. It is the manager's responsibility to actively control the risk factors for good-borne illness. This is called Active Managerial Control. Ang Active Managerial Control or AMC ay isang preventive food safety management system. Ginagamit ng mga tagapamahala ng serbisyo ng pagkain ang AMC upang maiwasan ang panganib ng sakit na dala ng pagkain sa halip na mag-react kapag ang isang inspector ay nagtuturo ng isang hindi nakakontrol na kadahilan ng panganib. Next, there are many ways to achieve active managerial control in the operation. May example ako ditong 4. Number 1 is training programs. Ang isang programa sa pagsasanay ay isang nakaplanong pagkakasunod-sunod at kombinasyon ng mga aktibidad na dinisenyo upang bigyan ang mga empleyado ng kaalaman at kasanayan upang maging mas mahusay na mga professional. Number 2, manager supervision. Ang pangangasiwa ay mahalaga para sa pag-unlad. Ang pangangasiwa ay ginagamit upang masuri ang pagganap ng isang tao laban sa mga aspeto tulad ng mapagkukunan at mapapahala ng oras at karaniwang pinamumunuan ng isang tagapamahala. Number 3, incorporation of Standard Operation Procedures or SOP. Ang Standard Operating Procedure ay isang step-by-step, repeatable na proseso para sa anumang nakagawi ang gawin. Isa itong uri ng dokumentasyon na pumipigil sa stress, pagkakamali at miscommunication. Number 4, HACCP. Is a managerial system in which food safety is addressed through the analysis and control of biological, chemical, and physical hazards from raw material production, procurement and handling to manufacturing, distribution, and consumption of the finished product. Active managerial control can also be achieved through more complex solutions, such as a HACCP program. Active managerial control through the use of HACCP principles of achieved by identifying the food safety hazards, attribute to products, determining the necessary steps that will control the identified hazards, and implementing ongoing practices or procedures that will ensure safe food.
Hello everyone, I am Larence Joyce Mandanya and I'm going to discuss the FDA's public health intervention. Demonstration of knowledge. As a manager, you must be able to show that you know what to do to keep food safe. Becoming certified in food safety is one way to show this. Staff health controls. Procedures must be put in a place to make sure staffs are practicing personal hygiene. So kailangan pong maging malinis sa katawan ang mga staff dahil sila ang mga nagsaserve ng food sa mga customers. So it should be cleaned and safe. Controlling hands as a cause of contamination. Control must be put in a place to prevent bare hand contact with ready-to-eat food. So, lagi pong panatiliing malinis ang ating mga kamay every time na maghahawak ng pagkain because our hands touching anything that is unclean. So, better po we wash and sanitize our hands before touching food to avoid contamination. Time and temperature parameters for controlling pathogens. Procedure must be put in a place to limit food spends in the temperature danger zone. Para po maiwasan ang pagkasira ng pagkain, we should limit food spent in a high temperature. This is to avoid pathogens or any bacteria. Consumers advisories. Notices must be provided to customers if you serve raw or undercooked menu items. These notices must be include a statement about the risk of eating these foods. So, kailangan po muna natin i-check ang pagkain sa serve sa customers kung luto na ito o hindi pa. Because it is a big risk to the customers and it causes foodborne illness.
Hi everyone, ako si Ave Marie Estoque. At ang topic natin today is HACCP, Hazard Analysis Critical Control Point. HACCP, pronounced HACCP, is based on identifying significant biological, chemical, or physical hazards, specific points within a product flow. Ang HACCP or Hazard Analysis Critical Control Point ay tinutukoy bilang isang sistema ng pamamahala kung saan ang kaligtasan ng pagkain ay tinutugunan sa pamamagitan ng pagsuri at kontrol ng mga biological, chemical, or physical hazard mula sa produksyon ng hilaw na material, pagkuha at paghawak hanggang sa pagmamanufaktura, pamamahagi at pagkonsumo ng tapos na produkto. Next po is an effective HACCP system must be based on a written plan. This must be specific to each facility's menu, customers, equipment, process, and operations. Yung daw po dito, kailangan pong naka-written plan para ma-identify ang potential risk to food safety at makontrol bago ito mangyari.
Hello everyone, I'm Lovely Binaliares and this is the part of my reporting. The 7 HACCP Hazard Analysis Critical Control Point Principles. The first is the conduct a hazard analysis. Similar to a risk assessment, this involves considering all of the procedures and processes within a business that could pose a risk to food products and therefore cause harm to the consumer. This includes looking closely at the physical, chemical, allergenic, and microbial hazard. Once all of the hazards have been identified and listed, they need to be graded according to how likely they are occur and the severity of the consequences if they did occur. In short, identify and do a risk analysis. The HACCP team must recognize where there is a chance of hazard and list them out.
Good afternoon ma'am, ako po si Ronilo Socorda ng Group 1 at ang topic na i-report ko po ay yung second principle, third principle at fourth principle po ng HACCP. Papikliin ko na lang po yung tatlong principle po naman na yun, halos pare-pareho lang sila. Gusto lang ng tatlong principle na yan ay makasigurado na safe yung isa-serve nating product. Example, yun nga sa may chicken, kailangan na bread siya ng tama, na-cook siya ng tama sa tamang oras, at kapag chinek yung temperature niya, dapat 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Ayun dapat yung pinakamababa niyang temp. 165 degrees Fahrenheit pataas dapat, para makasigurado tayo na wala ng bacteria yung food na i-serve natin. Yung tatlong principle po pala na yan na diniscuss ko ay yung principle 2, yung determine critical control points. Principle 3, establish critical limits. Principle 4, establish monitoring procedures. Ang pinaikli ko na lang po kasi halos pare-pareho lang rin naman po sila ng gustong yung purpose na para sa food safety ng isi-serve nating product.
So, good morning guys. I'm Vincent Hernandez from CO216. And this is my report. Principle 5. Identify corrective actions. Identify steps that must be taken when a critical limit is near met. These steps should be determined in advance. Principle 5 example. If the chicken breast has not reached its critical limit within the 16 minutes cook time, the grill cook at Enrico's must keep cooking the chicken breast until it does reach it. This and all other corrective actions are noted in the temperature log. What will you do if you can reach the critical limit when you cooking chicken breast within 16 minutes? If you can reach the critical limit of 165 degree Fahrenheit internal temperature of chicken breast within 60 minutes of cooking, here are the corrective actions you should take. Continue cooking. This is the most important step. Do not serve undercooked chicken as it can be serious health hazard due to potential foodborne illness. Number 2, monitor the internal temperature. Use a food thermometer to check the internal temperature frequently. Insert the probe into the thickest part of the breast, avoiding bone fat or gristle. Do not rely solely on the cooking time as a different factors. If chicken size and cooking method can affect cooking time. Number 3, adjust cooking method or heat. If the chicken is still not cooked, throw after a reasonable amount of additional cooking time, you may need to adjust your cooking method or increase the heat. For example, you could finish cooking the chicken in a preheated oven to ensure even cooking and reach the safe internal temperature. Number 4, discard if necessary in rare cases. If the chicken breast remains significantly undercooked after extended cooking time, it may be the best to discard its safety. This ensures food safety and avoids potential health risks. 5. Document and review. Keep a record of the cooking time, internal temperature, and any corrective actions taken. This document can be helpful for future reference and preventive cooking practices. Here's some additional tips. Use a reliable food thermometer to ensure accurate temperature readings. Thaw chicken breast completely before cooking for faster, more even cooking. Allow the chicken to rest for a few minutes after cooking before carving or serving. This allows the juices to redistribute throughout the meat, resulting in a more tender and flavorful chicken breast. By following this corrective action, you can ensure that your chicken breast is cooked to a safe internal temperature and is safe to consume. Example number 6. Enrico's management team performs HACCP checks once per shift. They make sure that critical limits were met and appropriate corrective actions are taken when needed. They also check the temperature logs on a weekly basis to identify patterns. This helps to determine if processes or procedures need to be changed. For example, over several weeks, they notice problems towards the end of each week. The chicken breast often failed to meet the critical limit. The appropriate corrective action was being taken. Management discovered that Enrico's received chicken shipments from a different supplier on Thursday. The suppliers provide 6-ounce chicken breast. Enrico's chicken specification listed a 4-ounce chicken breast. Management work with the supplier to ensure they receive for one's meets. The receiving procedure where change the include a weight check. Analysis of Principle 6 Example Enricos. This example demonstrates how Enricos implements Principle 6 monitoring critical limits of HACCP or hazard analysis and critical control points principles. Strengths. Monitoring critical limits. Enricos monitors the internal temperature of cooked chicken breast, which is a critical limit for preventing foodborne illness. Recording data. They maintain temperature logs, allowing for trend analysis and identification of inconsistencies. Taking corrective action. When the chicken breast failed to meet the critical limit, they investigated the cause and implemented corrective action. Reviewing procedures. They changed the receiving procedures to ensure they receive chicken breasts that meet the specifications. Areas for improvement. Specificity of the example. More details about the specific temperature range and measure method would provide a clearer picture of the monitoring process. Frequency of corrective action. While the example mentioned corrective action, the frequency of taking such action when deviation occurs is unclear. Verification of corrective action. It's not mentioned whether Enricos verifies the effectiveness of their corrective actions. Overall, the example demonstrates a good understanding of principles and it's important in ensuring food safety. Here are some additional points to consider. Calibration of equipment. Enrico should ensure that their temperature measure equipment is calibrated regularly for accurate readings. Documentation. Their procedures and corrective action should be well documented for consistent and training purposes. Training employees should involved in monitoring and handling chicken breast should be trained on HACCP principles and procedure. By addressing these points and continuously improving their HACCP system, Enricos can further strengthen their commitment to food safety.
Principle 7. Establish procedures for record keeping and documentation. Maintain your HACCP plan and keep all documentation created when developing it. Number 1. Monitoring activities. The activities currently in place to evaluate the effectiveness of mitigation or management activities for each sub-risk. Example of monitoring activities. When a tracking milestone and deliverables, keeping an eye on resource allocation and utilization. Checking if you're on track to meet goals, objective, and KPI, and developing performance metric reports. Checking the schedule and timeline is on track. Number 2. Taking corrective actions. Inaayos ng mga pagwawasto ang isang kasalukuyang problema o hindi pagsunod, samantalang ang mga aksyong pang-iwas ay mga proactive na habang na ginagawa upang maiwasan ang mga potential na problema. Number 3. Validating equipment, checking for good working condition. Maaaring gumamit ng iba't ibang uri ng mga paraan ng pag-verify tulad ng pag-testing, inspection, pagka-calibrate, qualification, or pag-verify ng disenyo. Number 4. Working with supplier, self-life studies, invoice specifications. Working the suppliers, this is how you work with your customers or supplier and creating a good relationship with your supplier. Kailangan mo maintindihan kung ano ang gusto nila para manatili ang tiwala nila sa iyo. Principle 7 example. Enrico's management team determined The temp temperature slab shall be kept for 3 months. Receiving invoice will be kept for 60 days. The team used this documentation to support and revise their HACCP plan. They made this documentation para malaman kung ilang days or months ba ang tamang pagkikip ng isang product. They also monitored it.
Another HACCP example. The Enrico's example shows one type of HACCP plan. Another plan may look very different when it deals with food that is processed more simply. For example, food that is prepared and served without cooking needs a different approach. For example of serves without cooking are the salad, fruit, or canned juice. This food should be served fresh and clean. The fruit basket. This fruit-only operation is known for its signature item, the melon medley salad. Analyzing the hazard. The HACCP team at the fruit basket decided to look at hazards for the melon medley. So, ang HACCP team are checking kung may contamination ba sa melon medley. This is to control biological, chemical, and physical hazards. Number 2. Determining CCPS. The melons are prepared, held, and served without cooking. The team determined that preparation and holding are CCPS for the salad. They decided that cleaning and drying the melon surfaces during preparation would reduce bacteria. Holding the melon at the correct temperature could prevent the bacteria growth. Receiving was ruled out as CCP since the operation only purchased melons from approved suppliers. So, ito po ang mga procedure at practices control in food handling, preparation that will reduce and eliminate or prevent bacteria and hazards. Number 3. Establishing critical limits. For the preparation, CCP, the team decided the critical limit would be met by washing, scrubbing, and drying whole melons. They created an COP with technique for washing the melons for holding CCP. They decided that the salad must held at 41 Fahrenheit, 5 Celsius or lower because it had cut melons. A critical limit ensures that a biological, chemical, or physical hazard is controlled by a CCP. Ang CCP ay kailangan mayroong critical limit kagaya ng temperature. Number 4. Establishing monitoring procedures. Generally, monitoring procedures are needed to measure the concentration of the fluid and its functional components para maiwasan ang contaminant.
Number 5. Identifying corrective action. Sometimes, after preparation, the melons still have surface dirt. The team had to determine a corrective action for this. They decided that the action would be to rewash the melons. Then, the team leader must approve the melons before they are sliced. To correct a holding temperature that is higher than 41 Fahrenheit, 5 Celsius, the team leader must check the temperature of every melon medley in the cooler. Any salad that is above 41 Fahrenheit, 5 Celsius must be thrown out. Dito po sa identify corrective action ay mahalaga na identify ng ng maayos sa tama ang action, especially in preparing foods or salad. Kagaya ng halimbawa dito sa melons. Ang pag-check ng temperature kung ito ba ay sira na at pag-check kung may dumi ba ito bago hiwain. Number 6. Verifying that the system works. To make sure the system is working correctly, the team decided that the operation team leader must review the manager daily HACCP check sheet at the end of each shift. The team leader also confirms that all corrective actions have been taken and recorded. The fruit basket also evaluate the HACCP system quarterly to see if it is working. Dito naman po kailangan munang i-check kung nagwo-work ba ang magawa nila. Hindi pwedeng may makaligtaan para maging successful ang plano na ginawa ng team. Number 7. Establishing procedures for record keeping. Since a foodborne illness associated with fresh procedure can take as long as 16 weeks to emerge, the team determined that all HACCP records must be maintained for 16 weeks and keep on file. Dito naman po, dapat i-check or tukuyin muna ng mabuti para masiguradong ligtas ang mga pagkain. Yun lang po. Thank you.